Hello and welcome to another Frightfully Brilliant. And as usual, we have quite the show for you. Oh my goodness, what are we going to be doing today? We have some of the favorite Halloween shopping finds.
We have been Halloween shopping. We're telling you what's where, man.
Oh, this is going to be good. And you know what? And then there's this obscure movie that we're going to delve into from 2007. You wouldn't think it was so obscure if it was made in 2007. It's called, of all things, Trick or Treat. And I know you have never heard of this film, but today you're gonna know.
If you're a horror fan, you probably have.
Well, anyways, I'm David the Bruce. This is Frightfully Brilliant, and right here we have really the star of the show, Slappy. Slap some on me, Slappy. Woo, all right. And then Morticia, the beautiful, the one, the only, Morticia. And then, if that wasn't enough for you, we got Gomez.
Hey!
And we're going to be back because, well, quite frankly, this is Frightfully Brilliant. And we are back. And this is now for our fiction comedy. Well, let's begin.
I know that being a megalomaniac is usually a good thing, Morticia, but lately, Slappy has been getting out of hand.
Slappy?
Yes.
I don't see how. What's he done, darling?
Well, he thinks because he has this movie coming out in October that he should be paying less rent.
I don't understand that logic. He's got a movie coming out. He's going to be making more than we are. It's a second movie. Obviously, we just have a TV show. That I don't understand where he thinks less rent is applicable in that math. I'm not that good at math, but this is not adding up.
Oh, but Slappy has his special math.
Real special.
Yes. He thinks that because he is an even bigger star than us, that means that we should be grateful to him that he lives with us in the first place.
Well, he has a point.
No. Because he doesn't get along with most people, and the three of us are such a perfect fit.
I know, querida, but he has his own logic.
Well,
Sometimes opposites are good.
no, I really thought he would appreciate us letting him be on our show. I thought we were all hanging out together. I hope that was enough for him, but if it isn't, there's only one thing for it, Gomez.
What's that?
Well, we need a movie of our own. It will put us on equal footing, and then he won't be able to say anything. We'll make just as much money. Someone needs to send R.L. Stein the memo. Goosebumps 3, here we come!
Well, that's a good idea, but until then, don't forget to check out Slappy in his new movie, Goosebumps 2. It will be in theaters in October this year, a good family fun. But most importantly, it will be frightfully brilliant!
And we are back. I'm David the Bruce. This is Frightfully Brilliant. And we have the dynamic duo, Morticia and Gomez. And what do we have?
Well, right now we have some of our newest Halloween shopping finds. In the past show, we showed some collectibles from Halloween's past, as it were, from the 50s and on. But now we're showing you some of the things we bought this year in case you're Halloween fiends like us and want to know what's out in the stores that you can own for yourselves.
I like that.
So this first one is from Home Depot. It's a spooky Ferris wheel, and it's reminding me kind of when I was a kid because the fair was in October. And so you always got the creepy carny feel.
Is that currently available at
Yes, it's at Home Depot.
Really?
Check it out. It's got
Oh,
a witch
that's
here
nice.
with little skulls, and she's holding a book. And then inside these little pumpkins on the Ferris wheel are like skeletons and ghosts and witches. And watch what happens when you do this. You get creepy, spooky, carny music, and they spin. Watch this. Makes me want to dance.
Isn't that nice? Kind of makes you want to stomp your feet.
Yeah.
Get up and do a jig or two.
It does. He'll stop in a second.
How long does that go for?
Like I said, a second.
A second.
He'll stop in a second. When he's bloody
They're even
good and
yelling.
ready. You can't tell Halloween items what to do. They get
They're
upset.
even yelling in there.
They are. They're screaming. They're
Yeah.
excited. You know how you scream on a ride? You're
Of
like,
course,
woo! So while
Part of the
he's doing
fun.
his thing, he will stop eventually. I promise. There's a cat. Meow. This is from Spirit Halloween, you guys. Why is it doing that? It really should stop. I told you guys it was going to get weird on this episode. There it goes, because it's Halloween. Okay, it stopped. Now, this is from, it's a Hocus Pocus inspired spell book from Spirit Halloween. It's only a prop,
And
unfortunately.
that's online?
Yeah, it's in the store too and online. It doesn't
Really?
open. You can use a coupon for free shipping online. You just have to look at Spirit's site. It's got a spider here. It hangs on the wall in the back, or it has this metal thing where you can prop it up like this on the table. And it looks like a spell book. It has a big eye on the front. And it's very cool because it will talk and its eye will open.
They say the eye is the window to the soul. And what good is a window?
Look at that.
Pain.
We got a close-up on that.
Keep staring at my eye, and you will soon find out what that means.
Look at that.
I like that. What good is a window without the pain? I think Pinhead from Hellraiser would approve.
Read any good books lately?
Aim it Gomez's direction. We got a camera shot over here. There we go, yeah.
Sir, and I will reveal the evil that hides in your soul.
That's amazing. You got to say where again you can get this.
Spirit Halloween. It
Spirit
says it was
Halloween
written by
online.
the first witch, so it's all creepy.
How much does that cost about?
This is, I want to say $39, and then again, you can get free shipping. Now, on the cuter
right.
side, this is put out by Beanie Babies. It's a Beanie Boo purple bat, Count Halloween. He's so adorable, and he's from Rite Aid.
Count Halloween.
Yes, he's all purpley. Count Halloween from Rite Aid, and he's just a stuffed bat. He doesn't do anything. But
But
we have a bat that does do something. He's not as cuddly, but he is more talkative. He also came from
oh
Rite
my
Aid.
gosh.
I love
Look
the
at
fact that he's sitting. A lot of bats are flying. He's got cute little feet. He's actually just sitting up, and he would like to talk to you. He's so cute.
Oh, look at that.
So if you guys didn't know there was spooky goodness at your Rite Aid, you do now. Isn't he a sweet little face bat, Gomez?
Oh, yes.
He will also stop in a second, I promise. You just sit down there and handle
I
yourself.
like how bony he is.
Well, yeah, skeletons tend to be.
Yeah.
Just a little bony.
They're just all bones.
They are, all bones. Let's see, that's not a treat for yet. There's one more thing in here. I think it was Gomez's favorite. A couple of Gomez's favorites. Gomez,
Yes.
why don't you talk about this pumpkin gentleman in a witchy hat? He's a solar guy that dances when the sun hits him. That scares me. I'll hear the making noises in the kitchen and I'll forget and be like, what's going on in my kitchen? And it's just the solar guy dancing. Tap, tap, tap.
He's so adorable. He
Yeah.
has such a friendly face.
It doesn't make any loud
No, he
screaming
just,
noises.
when the
or
sundial
blinking
makes him
lights.
dance, you can hear it like click, click when the
Click,
sun
click.
hits him, yeah.
It's just a nice, gentle.
He's just cute. We have a bunch
Yeah.
of them. They come out with these all different years. This one happened to have come from Grocery Outlet, but you can get them online.
That was from Grocery Outlet?
Dude, everywhere has
Yes.
Halloween stuff out. It's amazing.
Holy spit cow,
These
man.
cute little spell books came from Dollar Tree, and we had one in another episode that was a
Yes.
ghost story one. This one is
Right.
Spider. It's got a spider book of secrets. And
That's
it's,
from the Dollar Tree? did
yeah,
you
it
say?
looks like a book, and you can keep stuff in it. Like we just kept these in
Yeah.
here to bring them and show you guys. And I love those little
that.
collectible boxes. This is another one of Gomez's favorites from Joanne. Should I trade you, darling?
Yes, Morticia dear. Here goes my gentle Grim Reaper. There,
Gentle
Grim
Grim Reaper, I
Reaper.
love that. He's so adorable.
He's gentler compared to others. He is from Joanne's, and I rejected many other versions.
Joanne.
Yeah, they have good Halloween stuff.
And the reason I like him is because he has the traditional Grim Reaper features, including the traditional size and his cloak and hood and everything. But I like also the Cup of Life. It makes him combine the elements of death that are traditional with elements of life that are not.
Yeah, I've never seen a Grim Reaper statue holding the Cup of Life. We try to get more unique
Well, no, that's
finds.
really. Why do you think they did that? That's really
To please
phenomenal.
Gomez, of course.
What?
To please
Naturally.
Gomez. They knew he would like
Oh.
it. They just had a feeling when they were designing it that Gomez would like it.
Yeah, I like things that are paradoxical. You
I
know.
know. They're like, this would make him happy.
Yeah.
We should do this, so he'll put it on Frightfully Brilliant. It'll be
Yeah.
great.
You know what a paradox is, by the way?
You?
Yes, it's two doctors.
Well, Ophelia was dressed up in our last episode like a Reaper, so we thought that was a cute toy to bring along. Like, you know, well, no, it's not a toy, actually. He's more ceramic. He's a figurine. And I think he was $5 at Joann's. And Rite Aid had everything for half off, so the skeleton bat was only $5 too, as was the beanie plush might have been like $3.
Well, these are very inexpensive. Anybody could go
Yeah,
get
I think
these.
the Ferris wheel might have been like $18 at Home Depot, something
Yeah,
like
that
that.
seems like the more pricier, but even that's
So
very
unique
reasonable.
though, right?
Yeah,
Like
what?
very unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you go to Home Depot to pick it up, there is no shipping.
Oh, we didn't get them online, yeah.
No.
But I heard if you get things on after Halloween online from Home Depot, they're certainly very inexpensive. But if he's around
Oh,
anymore.
wow.
So you hit the after Halloween if you want to do Home Depot online.
Yeah, so you can stock up for the following.
Yeah, so we got a bunch of stuff. We forgot. We did buy Audrey, too, from Little Shop of Horrors and forgot to bring him. It was so sad. But we'll show him on Mayhem After Midnight.
Yes.
But he's
yes.
pretty
Yeah, we're
neat.
going to show that film. That is one of the
Love
classics
Audrey.
of all time.
Yes, we have to show our Audrey figure when we do
Yeah.
that. Like, check him out. So yeah, we forgot him, but he was our other favorite find from this year so far. We are going to do more Halloween shopping, so this is just the beginning of our favorites. But we wanted to show you guys some of our favorite finds in case they inspire your Halloween shopping, and we find it.
Frightfully brilliant.
And we are back.
We are back.
Frightfully Brilliant. I'm David the Bruce. I'm sitting here with Morticia and Gomez and Slappy.
He's so excited. He wants you all to go see his new movie that's coming out in October, Goosebumps 2. If you don't, I'm sure he'll be upset.
I'm really anxious to see what the if people will show up like they did for the first one.
I hope so. We're going to take Slappy
Yeah.
to see it and try to film it for our YouTube channel and see if people want
Really?
to talk to him. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Oh,
but
wow.
speaking of movies, there was interestingly, like Hocus Pocus and this movie we're going to talk about now have something in common. They did not get a good theater reception, then they got a huge cult following.
Wow, they did poor in the theater, but did great
Yeah,
in
later.
the aftermath.
But if you're a horror fan, you probably already know about this. If you're not, you need to watch this for Halloween. If you really want to understand the essence of Halloween, this horror movie does it. It seems like a typical slasher film, but it's not, because it's about the essence of Halloween. And the killer is the spirit of Halloween himself, Samhain, called Sam for short, because the word Samhain is spelled Samhain, weirdly enough, because the Gaelic words are just weird. And so you say it like Samhain, but it's spelled S-A-M-H-A-I-N.
Wow.
Yeah. But the killer is basically the spirit of Halloween itself, Sam, a.k.a. Samhain. And he kills people who disrespect Halloween. Like, it really ticks him off if you take your Halloween decorations down the night of Halloween. Like, don't do it at 10 o'clock at night just because the trick-or-treaters are gone. He's not down with that. Don't do it. Leave him up till tomorrow. Take him down November 1st in the morning when the sun's out. Don't take it down that night. And don't not give trick-or-treat candy out. He has rules, and you have to watch the movie to get the rules, but they're all just basically do Halloween right. How hard is that, people? Do Halloween right. Respect Halloween. And you don't see what he looks like until the end. I have a beautiful figure of him, once again from Living Dead Dolls. And
my.
I don't like dolls, but these don't have hair, see? So they're good. But it looks like a scarecrow, like a little kid scarecrow in footy PJs. And he's got this sack that he drags around with him with blood on it because he's killed people just a little. And so he's got a sack that he drags around. So he has little footy PJs. And he's got his little scarecrow mask. Looks like a little kid. He's got his bloody sack. and he kills with, are you ready for the weapon? It is a lollipop that he bit part out of. It looks like a pumpkin, and he slices like with a knife, like, oh, I'm sorry, Slappy, but you gotta take one for the team. Here, Gomez, I'm gonna slice your face. You look really good in that ghoul costume. That's why we're gonna make it a little bit red. Okay.
You know, seriously, a lollipop, if it were shaped the right way, would be like a piece of glass.
Well, look,
right?
see,
Yeah.
that's what he was. Yeah, he bit
Look
part of
at
it
that.
off, and he was using it. So it's beautiful.
Whoa.
It's beautiful,
Watch
and
out for those with lollipops.
he'll bite part
They'll
of it
make you a
off.
lollipop.
Yes, and since Ophelia went trick-or-treating already, we have some lollipops to share after the show if you guys want one.
Oh,
And some of them
stick
are
around,
even, yeah,
folks.
some of them are even shaped like pumpkins. This is how his head looks when he's
Ooh,
unmasked.
wow.
He's a pumpkin, so he has every Halloween aspect. You got the scarecrow, you got the little kid, and the pumpkin is kind of the meaning of Halloween, really. He's the light that lights the way and lantern jobs.
Point that towards Gomez so the camera
Yeah,
can pick
I
it
was
up.
showing you too, so you could like appreciate the beauty.
Yeah.
Isn't it cool? It's a 3D pumpkin. You got a whole 3D look. His head turns. Isn't he scary and beautiful? That is Sam unmasked. Gomez, do you have any thoughts about the movie?
Yes, I like that the movie was actually an anthology, and it was several scenes, connected with each other, just like the different elements of the Halloween tradition themselves.
Yeah, it shows different characters doing different things, and it goes through a different story.
Yes, and I also like the theme that it is basically the idea of reaping what you sow, the harvest theme that is so present in Halloween itself.
Yes, that is true.
So, like I said, if you do Halloween right, he won't mess with you. He doesn't just randomly mess with people. They reap what they sow, right?
Yes. So that's why the movie was done so well.
And it was actually, first, it was a episode in, remember Tales from the Dark Side from the 80s?
Yes.
Bow, 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 bow. It was a little theme thing, and then at the end, what did it say, Gomez?
Beware.
No, until next time.
Oh, try to enjoy the daylight.
Yeah, that was so cool. But they had an episode of Tales from the Dark Side, you guys, called Trick or Treat. If you look it up on Netflix or wherever, you'll see it. And it was pretty much like Sam. This mean guy didn't like to give out candy. He was an old guy, and Sam basically came to torment him and get him. So that was before the movie, and this was like in the 80s. So that was pretty sweet. That's a little trivia that a lot of people that even like the movie Trick or Treat don't know. So I guess we've covered everything on that, right?
Yes, there were also several elements that they were trying to do a spin-off from Trick or Treat with different names, but none of them were quite as cool as
Oh, they
this
tried to redo it to profit when it started to get popular?
Yes.
Yeah, well, Trick or Treat, the classic, is the best, and people know. So
Where would you find that? Where would you get it?
the movie?
Yeah.
Well, Netflix,
Netflix has
I
it?
would think, right? And like
And Hulu possibly.
Hulu and like video stores, if people still do that. Like it's online, I'm sure. Watch
Wow.
Trick or Treat, download now, like whatever.
Yes.
So yeah, I think we watched it from Netflix.
Did you?
We stream, we're lazy.
I'm going to have to look that up. You made it sound so
It'll
interesting.
get you in the Halloween spirit. And you see
Yeah.
these different people and you're going, what does this have to do with this? Like Gomez said, it switches like an anthology, but it's showing you all their different situations and then how Sam deals with them, how they treat Halloween. So it gets you in the Halloween mood. Pretty cool. It is.
Frightfully
Brilliant. And we're back. Freaky news right here on Frightfully Brilliant. David the Bruce with Morticia and Gomez. Creepy news. Take it away.
We're going to talk about the origins of Halloween for those of you who don't really know like where it came from and why we do it. But we have a guest star who wants to kind of intro it. His name is Hugo. I'm not really a Skull fan,
Hey,
but
Hugo.
he's a gentleman. He's got his top hat, his monocle, he's got a mustache. Look how cool
Oh,
he is.
it's great. Did you fix him up like that?
No.
He came like
Yeah,
that?
that's why I bought him. I usually don't buy skulls because they're just saying, hey,
Really?
it's a skull. Yeah,
Came
he
like
came
that.
from Big Lot a few years ago.
Big lot?
Yeah. And he's cool, but he
Good.
wants to talk about how he feels about Halloween, and you can tell by his accent, he's a British Victorian gentleman.
Yes, he
And
is.
he wants to start talking first, and then Gomez will take it. Like, Hugo.
He talks.
Hello, my dear friends. You know, it's that dreadful time of year when the wind howls and doors creak and strange things seem to occur. There are black cats
Literally. Well, spoken like a true Edwardian gentleman.
So you just covered it so well, didn't you, Gomez?
Yes, I couldn't have said it better myself.
But let's go to the origins of Halloween, 3,000 years ago or more when it started. While I put in
3,000
rest.
years ago.
Yes, it all started with the ancient Celts, the ancient festival that is spelled as Samhain but pronounced as Samhain. And
Just like Sam from Trick or Treat.
yes,
Yeah.
and it means summer's end. And that is how the Celts celebrated it, because summerland was their land of the afterlife, winter was death, summer was life. So the end of summer meant that passage of time between death and life.
Yeah.
And it acquired seasonal associations of harvest and again reaping what you sow, as we covered in the previous segment.
Right.
And of course, since the Celts were eventually conquered by the Romans, some of the Roman traditions also were acquired.
Like bobbing for apples.
Yes, especially that one from the goddess Pomona, who was the goddess of harvest, and the festival dedicated to her was also called by the same name, Pomona. And the Romans have also their own traditions. Some of them are widely known and some are less. The festival Lemuria, the word Lemuria itself is widely known for their own reasons, but the Romans thought of it a little bit different. They thought of it as the festival dedicated to lemurs, which were the spirits of the dead. You had to propitiate those spirits of the dead. And one of the traditions that was later acquired and became part of several festivals by the Romans was that the head of the household goes around and he prays to the ghosts of the departed, and he does black beans. He sprinkles them around the household.
That was Slappy's job, right?
Yes, naturally, he is the celebrity. So, then presumably the ghosts would become, instead of angry spirits, they would be protectors of the household, known as the lares and the manes. So that
Make
was,
them nice ghosts by feeding them. That works for everybody, right?
yes, it's an old age tradition, and it kept being in business because it worked so well.
And the Celts would leave food out for the dead as well. They believed that the veil between this world and the spirit world is thinnest on Samhain, aka Halloween, and you can leave food out for your dead and they come back home. There's a song by this group called, is it Incubus, Succubus?
Yes.
And it says the dead come back home on Samhain, and it's called Samhain, and it's a really cool song for the season. But if you guys notice, Halloween just feels good. Like, have you ever noticed this time of year just feels better, the air feels better, you just have a good feeling, everything feels magical and special. And that makes me really think the Celts understood something. I do believe the veil is thinner, and I do believe we're closer to spirit, where all things are good and pure. And I think that it's kind of astrological. The world turns every year, right? And it turns a little bit closer to that point, and that's why we feel so good right now.
Wow.
And certain elements became popular in modern folklore associated with Halloween, somewhat in a sense because of Irish and Scottish mythologies through which the tradition of Halloween was transmitted into the modern world, modern Europe, and then UK as a whole and US as a whole.
Immigration.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there were vampires that, in part, even Bram Stoker places his vampire on the night that is Halloween. So that's how Dracula starts. That's how Renfield goes.
Rocky Erickson actually has a song about that too.
Yeah, so because it was part of Irish mythology, there were Irish vampires before there was Count Dracula.
The church and the Christians tried to Christianize it by making it a day we all prayed for souls, All Souls and All Saints Day. And the first trick-or-treating was when you would go house to house and get things called soul cakes, and it was made out of flour and salt and water. It doesn't sound so nummy, does it?
No.
I'd rather have a Twix. But you know,
maybe
they
back
would go
then that was a real
souling.
treat.
There's a song by Kristen Lawrence. She does this stuff called Halloween carols. If you want Halloween music, that's specifically, she's really pretty, kind of like the Rena McKenna of Halloween. And she has a song called Souling for Soul Cakes. And you go
Souling
around.
for soul cakes.
Yeah, so
Wow.
and you give me soul cakes and I'll pray for the dead, their souls. So give me a cake and I'll feed me and I'll pray for. So that was like their thing, and so that was like the first trick or treat.
You know, one thing that's great about America is it really is a blending of all different kinds of cultures. And it kind of comes up and it sort of stews into something pretty amazing.
That's pretty
I think.
cool.
As a matter
They
of fact,
started bribing kids. Trick or treating became a thing because when Gomez was talking about immigration, when the Irish immigrated over here and they were bringing the Halloween here, people used it as a time to play tricks and do mean stuff and dress up, and you can't see who I am, so I'm going to play tricks and like
Trick
mess
or
up your
treat,
stairs
yeah.
and make your stairs loose and you'll fall in the morning. Ha ha. You know, but you don't think that's funny, right? Or
No.
toilet papering your house. I heard how wet toilet paper is so hard to get off stuff. So, yeah, that was not cool. People were doing that in the 20s and 30s even. So then the store owners and people would start bribing the kids with candy to get them not to be bad. So that's where trick or treat came in. Give me a treat or I'll be naughty and play
Yeah, that's right. Trick or
mischief
treat.
on you. Yeah. So then that. Halloween started out as a bribe for kids in the modern time of Halloween.
And in ancient times, I found another tradition that, to me at least, reminds of this idea of mischief. There was the Roman festival of Saturnalia and the earlier Greek one of Chronia, where the natural order is reversed and people from different social classes mix and they do all kinds of things they would normally do. And I was thinking that reminds me a lot of how the mischief of Halloween came about as well.
Yeah, you dress up and be whoever you want.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Woo.
I would say, like, we're not normally ghouls, and today we are, but then I went, oh, well.
You know, we're going to have to come back and revisit this because there's a lot going on in Halloween. We can even talk about it when it's not Halloween time, can't we? Yeah.
Well, we're Halloween all the time, so of course.
Yeah, yeah, I cannot wait to get involved in this next show that we're going to do. I just think it's going to be great.
Midnight.
With you
Mayhem
all
after
in
midnight.
costume and
Yeah.
your house and going to do horror flicks,
Whoa.
some pandemonium.
Pandemonium,
Man,
mayhem.
it's going to be mayhem, yeah, midnight mayhem.
It's our second TV show. It'll be on at night, you guys, so if you're
Yeah.
on RVTV, watch it, and YouTube, it'll be
It'll
uploaded.
be on
so
after 10, so we can
Yeah.
do things that we cannot do at this particular time.
We'll give you nightmares.
Yeah.
Ophelia will do a striptease.
Ophelia doing
I want to
striptease.
thank Lynn. She's a dear friend and she runs camera. And for our new pet cat, I just want to say that quickly. Speaking of Halloween, cats are a big part of Halloween, right, Gomez? Because of the witches.
Yes.
So, like, oh, he's like, you know, I want attention. I want to get up.
All right. We'll be back some other time.
We'll be back.
But right now we have to say
Thank you, guys.
goodbye because it's been frightfully
Brilliant.
brilliant.